What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol ARKK for the Innovation ARK ETF. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, we have covered this one on the channel, but I'm going to start with a fresh daily roadmap. Our old levels were up here, not really doing us too much good. In terms of today's session, we are breaking down underneath this flush point around 90.60, and we're certainly nowhere near the top end of that most recent daily range, closer to 99.25, call it 100 even. But just to map out a couple of other important areas above, we have 103.68. So if there is any sort of miraculous turn here, which the chart would certainly not suggest, 103.68 would be a level to have on your radar. But again, it doesn't look likely based on what we're seeing in front of us. As a matter of fact, we would be looking for downside continuation. What we had on our chart in the past was essentially this bear flag. You could call it a bear pennant if you wanted to draw in a resistance trend line as such. And we're getting day one breakdown, right? And this is being confirmed by some solid volume. Obviously, what's happening with interest rates is impacting this as well. And it might be, time for a rough 2022 inside of some of these more speculative ETFs and speculative companies even. I'm just drawing in that resistance trend line now to clearly illustrate that we are continuously getting lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. From the daily perspective, again, we are looking for more downside, but if there is any sort of uptick, it's all about the back test of the flush point here, 90.60. If we get into that, be on the lookout, especially on the smaller time frames, for anything that looks like an inverted hammer, anything that looks like a consolidation doji, things that would give you a lack in confidence from the buyers. It looks like the sellers are stepping back up on the back test. We would simply have, correct, a break retest, reattempt at the lows should take us back lower. That's one scenario to be watching out for. Now, what is going to be the downside target? We have to scrunch up the chart and see if we can find one of those together. Certainly looking left here, I like this area. Let's grab the other tool and try that again. That area is coming from prior highs, then turning to support. And let me just zoom in on this so you can see. Again, resistance, resistance, resistance. Once broken, retest, hold as support, support. So 85 is the next number. And then the low end of that consolidation is really here around 77.50. Let's go back on over to the most recent price action. We'll expand the chart just so we can see where those targets are in proximity. We're basically at that 85. So that has essentially been accomplished. And the next one that we're looking at is the low end of that range. There we go, 77.50. On the 30-minute time frame, what else can we learn about the price action here? Well, certainly a bearish sort of move on Tuesday with bear acceptance. And again, today was an even worse close with more bearish activity towards the low of the day at the end of the day. If we take out the Fibonacci's and come in from the high all the way down to the low, what we'll notice is the 38.2 is almost aligning with structure as well, the little low of that hammer candle in there. So that's going to give us, another bearish outcome for tomorrow's session. As long as we remain underneath that level in here, that's just yet again another 30-minute bear flag. We would expect lower out of that. And if we know that ultimately if it does go a little bit higher, we are looking for 90.60 and then resistance there as well. The only way to get bullish inside of ARK at this point in time would be if we break the resistance trend line or if we make a clean move back up and over the high end of the flag. And that could pan out to look something like this, inverted head and shoulders, but again, very, very speculative. It doesn't really appear to be looking like it wants to resolve that way, but time will ultimately tell. If you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.